The story of Jon and Kate Gosselin has always felt larger than reality television itself, an emotional whirlwind that pulled millions of viewers into the intimate, chaotic, and often deeply personal journey of raising 8 children under one roof. When their family first stepped into the spotlight through the hit TLC series Jon and Kate Plus 8, audiences didn't just tune in for entertainment. They became invested in a real-life story unfolding in real time, filled with laughter, meltdowns, milestones, and eventually, heartbreak. And now, as 2026 unfolds, that once tightly knit family has evolved into a complex, divided, yet still deeply connected group of young adults finding their own paths after years of living in front of the camera. It all began with what seemed like a modern-day miracle. Jon and Kate welcomed twin daughters, Mady and Cara, in October 2000, and just 4 years later, their family grew overnight with the arrival of sextuplets: Alexis, Hannah, Aaden, Collin, Leah, and Joel. The sheer scale of their household immediately captured public fascination, and when TLC introduced viewers to their world in 2007, the Gosselins quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Viewers watched as the couple navigated parenting challenges that most could hardly imagine. But behind the scenes, pressure was quietly building. By June 2009, the once picture-perfect marriage had begun to fall apart. Kate filed for divorce amid cheating allegations surrounding Jon. And while both publicly expressed a desire to remain amicable for the sake of their children, the emotional toll was undeniable. Kate later opened up about the pain of that period, describing feelings of betrayal and disappointment as the life she had worked so hard to build unraveled. Still, she remained resolute, choosing to focus on her children and their well-being, even as the family dynamic shifted dramatically. Jon, on the other hand, faced intense public scrutiny, often portrayed negatively in the media, and struggled to rebuild his life in the aftermath of the split. Over time, however, he found stability again, especially after meeting Stephanie Lebo, who would later become his wife. As the years passed, the Gosselin family's story grew more complicated, particularly when it came to custody. Initially, Kate retained primary custody of all 8 children, but tensions between the former couple persisted. In 2018, a major turning point occurred when their daughter Hannah chose to live with Jon, followed by Collin, who had previously spent time in a residential treatment facility due to personal struggles. Jon eventually gained custody of both Hannah and Collin, creating a divided household that remains a defining aspect of the family's dynamic today. Kate later relocated to Northern California, selling the iconic family home that had once been the backdrop of their televised life, while continuing to support her remaining children. And yet, even amid the fractures, life moved forward for each of the 8 siblings, who have now stepped into adulthood with their own ambitions, identities, and perspectives, shaped by an extraordinary upbringing. Mady, now 25, has perhaps embraced the public eye more than her siblings. Once known for her strong personality and emotional reactions during the show's early years, she has grown into a confident, expressive young woman. After graduating from Syracuse University in 2023, she has shared glimpses of her life on social media, reflecting on her journey not just as a reality TV child, but as a Korean-American woman navigating identity and self-acceptance. Her candid reflections have resonated with many, revealing a thoughtful and introspective side that fans didn't always see during her childhood years. Her twin sister Cara, also 25, has taken a markedly different path, choosing a quieter, more private life. Known for her reserved nature even during the height of the show's popularity, Cara pursued higher education at Fordham University, where she studied mathematics and economics before graduating in 2023. While she has largely stayed out of the spotlight, her ambition and focus have remained clear, and she continues to embody a grounded perspective despite growing up in one of reality TV's most recognizable families. Meanwhile, the sextuplets, now all 21, have each carved out their own identities in ways that reflect both their shared upbringing and their individual personalities. Alexis, the firstborn among the 6, has maintained her deep love for animals, a passion that dates back to her childhood. Whether it was bonding with the family's parakeet or dreaming of a future working with wildlife, her connection to animals has remained a defining trait, hinting at a career path that aligns with her lifelong interests. Hannah's journey, however, has been one of the most publicly discussed. After making the difficult decision to live with Jon full-time, she has spoken openly about her experiences, emphasizing that her choice was about finding what felt right for her. Despite the separation from her siblings, she has maintained communication with them and continues to navigate relationships with both parents. In recent years, Hannah has also explored entrepreneurship, launching her own beauty brand, Gosselin Girl Beauty, and marking her transition into adulthood with a sense of independence and purpose. Aaden, known for his kind and thoughtful nature, has remained close to his family, particularly through his bond with animals. His affection for his dog Mac became a touching detail that fans often remembered, symbolizing his gentle personality. While he has stayed relatively out of the public spotlight compared to some of his siblings, those who have followed the family closely recognize him as one of the more quietly compassionate members of the group. Collin's story, however, has been the most complex and, at times, the most controversial. After spending time in a specialized program during his childhood, he later opened up about his strained relationship with Kate, expressing a desire for reconciliation while also acknowledging the difficulties they faced. His experiences have sparked ongoing public discussion, particularly after conflicting accounts emerged from different family members. Despite these challenges, Collin has expressed ambitions for his future, including a potential interest in acting, signaling a desire to move forward and define his own narrative beyond the past. Leah, once known as the smallest of the Sextuplets, has grown into a young woman with a creative streak, particularly in the kitchen. Her love for cooking has become a notable aspect of her personality, with glimpses of her culinary experiments shared over the years. She represents a quieter evolution, one that reflects growth and self-discovery away from the intense spotlight of earlier years. And then there's Joel, often remembered for his playful and mischievous personality during childhood. As an adult, he has largely remained out of public view, choosing privacy over publicity. Yet those familiar with the family still recall his humor and energy, traits that likely continue to shape his life today, even if away from the cameras. While the children have been building their own lives, both Jon and Kate have also experienced significant personal developments in recent years. Kate, who has remained relatively private about her romantic life for years, recently confirmed her relationship with Steve Neild, someone who had long been part of her world as a former bodyguard during the show's peak. After years of speculation, she shared that they had been dating for over a year and described herself as genuinely happy, crediting him for supporting her through personal challenges, including a serious knee injury that required hospitalization and recovery. That same injury became a topic of public discussion after Kate revealed she had suffered a tibial plateau fracture following an accident involving her dog. During her recovery, she shared updates about her health, including weight gain and her determination to regain her strength. At the same time, she addressed rumors about a possible secret wedding, firmly clarifying that a ring spotted in a TikTok video was simply a piece of jewelry and not a sign of marriage. Even so, the curiosity surrounding her relationship has remained strong, reflecting the enduring public interest in her life. Jon, meanwhile, has taken a different step forward, one that marks a new chapter entirely. After years of rebuilding his life post-divorce, he officially married Stephanie Lebo in an intimate ceremony in Pennsylvania. The wedding, held in a rustic barn setting in Lancaster, was attended by close friends and family, including Hannah and Collin, who stood by their father on his special day. Although several of his other children did not attend, the presence of Hannah and Collin highlighted the bond they share with Jon, as well as the ongoing divisions within the family. The ceremony itself was deeply personal, with Jon expressing heartfelt vows that reflected his journey and newfound happiness. And so, as 2026 continues, the story of the Gosselin family remains as compelling as ever. Not because of the chaos that first drew viewers in, but because of the resilience, growth, and individuality that have emerged in the years since. Each of the 8 children now carries their own story, shaped by a childhood unlike any other, yet grounded in experiences that are, at their core, universally human.